what is your favorite memory with Halo Infinite?
What's my favorite Halo Infinite memory? Yeah, that's a good question. I think my favorite Halo Infinite memory is when Sentry Defense was the featured playlist. That was around the time I kind of joined the Halo Infinite community, and I met a lot of the people I've become friends with like around that time, and it was like the first mode I played with everybody, and it was like, it's such a Halo Infinite mode. It can't really have been done in any other Halo game, and I just have a lot of fun memories in that mode.
I'd say is probably like the 2 months leading up towards the HCS World Championship this year. It was very like, for me as just like making Halo content, it was very exciting getting to interact with a lot of people passionate, specifically within the Halo Infinite community. You know, talking about the content updates and getting to actually play custom games for the first time. I think, I think it was my first time these past few months that I've actually like really delved into custom games.
I have to say probably like the launch day. The launch day was really fun because I got to play the campaign in one sitting. So I sat through all 20 hours, practically one sitting, just got up to use the bathroom and to eat food.
My favorite memory, well, if it's not to sound like a paid shill or anything like that, I'm gonna be honest, is actually meeting you guys and being in my first machinima. I was around the time when Infinite, most of my friends, if not all of them, had given up on it, so I had really no one to play with. And then I found out while I was watching you, ended up at having a Discord server that was open. So I am joining it, and one fateful day, after wanting up the courage to show up on a VC, you're doing a machinima. So I joined, and much to my surprise, on experience only in D&D stuff, I was able to do some acting, voice acting and such, which even led to the infamous grenade misclick that killed everyone, including myself, and still managed to make it into the video. And because of that, it introduced me to a lot. It introduced me to fellow fans of the franchise that haven't fallen to doom and gloom, and ended up helping me a lot in making friends.
My favorite memory, probably just like hopping on like every day after either school or like work and just gaming with my pals on like maybe customs or, you know, anything else really, because I mean, because for me, like, Infinite was the first multiplayer game I got into, really, because I never had gold as a kid.
My favorite memory in Halo Infinite was actually leading up to the month, or leading up to the release of the game, when they started uploading bits of the soundtrack on YouTube. And the first track I listened to was Through the Trees, I believe it's called. And man, it was just, it was so good to listen to. And I even go back, listening to it now. It's amazing what they did with the soundtrack in this game.
Being able to finally make more characters, even though because I'm a lazy artist, but having been able to make more characters just because of it.
My favorite memory from Halo Infinite was definitely the build up to the game, because it was the first game that, for me, first Halo game for me that I actually got to experience the release date of.
My favorite memory of Halo Infinite, probably, like, I was getting my armor made into a real-life cosplay and going to HCS events for Halo Infinite and everybody looking at me and just going, wow, that looks absolutely incredible. Did you make that? And then I say no. And
not gonna lie, I'd say my favorite memory with Infinite was participating in your AK FFA tournament. I'd say it really helped me kind of warm up to the Halo community as a whole and actually start interacting with more people, being in more machinimas, playing customs, that kind of thing. And I'd say it's helped me improve as a person for the better. I really appreciate that.
Not to sound too cheesy or anything like that, but I think my favorite memory about Halo Infinite is I met a friend that doesn't really play the game anymore and isn't very off online a lot. And it was through him that I actually met Halo Box. Once I got started hanging out and talking with Halo Box a little bit more, he was around the first time he asked me to, do a video with him. And it was kind of through that when I started meeting other people in the community, including you, Magpie, and Yellow, Mad Salad, and just the whole gang. And it's been just a life-changing event that has led me to make some lifelong friends that I've got to meet a couple times in real life at ACS.
My favorite memory with Halo Infinite was meeting all of you. I originally started posting artwork in the server when you still did the community showcase, and that eventually led down the road of me doing art for you. And when HCS Worlds 2025 hit, it made my day when you said those prints sold out like hotcakes. When Halo Box was giving them out at his booth.
My best memory that comes out of Halo Infinite is the fact that I was able to meet so many amazing and talented people through this game, this franchise. Halo Infinite was the first Halo I was able to be there on launch, and I was playing with my own group of friends, and then I started branching out and meeting new people through online, and then it kind of just became this big thing to the point where I'm able to be a part of so many machinimas events. I get to make my own events, and it feels amazing getting to be a part of a community and to also be someone to bring the community together. And it's amazing to think about that the first Halo that I was able to be on launch for was also the first Halo that got me somewhere in the community, and I cannot be any more thankful to what this game has gave me, I guess.
Alright, so originally I wanted to say me doing Lasso and the campaign under 8 hours at once, but then I remembered for the 2018 E3 reveal, I was taking a shower, and I remembered that, oh shit, E3's about to start, and I pulled it up on my phone right at the start, and I got to watch the first 2018 Halo Infinite reveal from the shower, and my mom's like, why the hell are you screaming in the shower? I'm like, there's a new Halo game announced.
What is my favourite Halo Infinite moment? Well, I think, to be honest, it's gotta be that ranked night that we had this year. Why? I don't know, it's a bit cheesy, but to be honest, it was just such a fun night, just being with my friends and just chilling and playing Infinite. Now, granted, it was on ranked, and I had a few drinks. That was fun. But anyway, no, in all seriousness, I just felt such a chill night, being with all my friends and just laughing and creating stupid moments with it, and turning it into a video as well. Just you could see from that video just how much fun we had. I would not change absolutely anything, and to me, I think that's honestly one of my favourite gaming moments I've had in ages as well, especially just, yeah.
It was probably when I was recording things like Halo Show, where I got to work with people like Yellow, you, Box, and Mark, because those were all fun videos where I got to just talk to a creator, and specifically when I was recording with you and Yellow for 3, where I just got to talk with some of the people that I watched for a pretty long time and pretty much got me to play Halo Infinite in the first place. And it felt special to kind of be able to get y'all on this sort of, content that I got to make. And it was fun. And I'm glad that Halo Infinite kind of allowed me to be creative and show the creative side of myself.
So, my favorite memory is when, in Halo Infinite's campaign, when the pilot is on the ground and he's saddened about might not be able to find his family again. He has that recording, and it just it runs out of power. But then suddenly he gets a distress call of a UNSC just beacon, and he goes into the cockpit and he goes out to call out his call sign to see if they can find him. And when he slides the ice off the window, it's just the chief in deep space. It felt so in line with Halo 3, where they find Chief, like frozen in time, basically, Earth, and they just wake him up. That felt so impactful in a lot of ways. And it's not just that, there's multiple other things.
I think that my favorite memory is the release. When I saw that release trailer, I think it's the most excited I've ever been about Halo. Especially since it's something I grew up playing. My first game was CE Anniversary, and I felt like when I actually got it, the campaign, the story, just was a good spiritual successor.
I think, honestly, my favorite memory is probably when everybody rallied for Jack during that the heart transplant. Just seeing everybody wearing his coating and the number 6 and just playing BTB together, and like seeing people wearing that coating on the opposite team, you just knew that a bunch of people are actually contributing to that. I thought that was really cool. I don't know. And also just the developer sending a photo of them all dressed up like that too just felt like, I don't know, everybody was together.
My memory with Halo Infinite was when I went to that one map with the stand, and I said to my pal Leon, "Hey, can you take your socks off?" And he said to me, "Did you like and subscribe?" And I said, "Of course." But then he shot me 4 times in the chest. That's it.
Well, I think that went pretty well.
Yeah.
Have you seen Med Salad?
I know that was you.
Okay.
But yeah, it was nice. You know, it's cool hearing everyone share their personal stories. Like, a lot of them overlapped, a lot of them were similar, but like all different. You know, like all very personal.
I think that's the best part, that they're all so similar. I mean, it just goes to show that I pooped my pants.
What?
Sorry. Nothing.
No, it's okay.
You know, speaking of which, what do you think your favorite memory was?
I don't know. Trying to pin down my favorite memory with Halo Infinite to just one thing is really difficult. I could go all the way back to before launch, to the reveal trailers, and talk about the excitement I felt. I could maybe talk about the day that the multiplayer launched in its beta. I believe I was sat in the living room with my parents. We were watching whatever Xbox showcase was on at the time. Of course, there'd already been the rumors that Infinite might be getting released early. And I remember the devs come on screen, did the little Halo thing, and they announced that the game had launched. I was sat there eating a bowl of like cheesy pasta. I had my mouth completely stuffed with food. I turned to my parents basically shaking, and my mum's just like, "Eat your dinner first." And like it's the fastest I've ever eaten anything in my life. I ran upstairs, got that game installed, and dude, I was so happy. But truthfully, I don't know if that would be my favorite memory. I could talk about the campaign and the way the campaign made me feel, because man, I loved the hell out of that thing. I completed it 6 times within like a couple of months. But I could also talk about all of the amazing people that I've met. Of course, I feel like I've said that so many times over the past few months or so. But I have met some incredible people, and I've made some like truly great memories. We've done some really cool game nights with the community, with other creators. Oh god, the squad battle game night I did with like you know, some of the Halo friends I've made when we played ranked squads. I don't know if anybody has any idea what I'm talking about. Man, that was such a fun stream, and definitely something that I'll never really forget. But I think pinning down my favorite memory to just one thing, I don't really know if it's possible. This game, like, it really has meant a lot, and I think trying to pin it to just one specific moment that I would consider my favorite, I don't really know if it's possible. Infinite might not be my favorite Halo title, far from it, but it's definitely played a huge role in my life over the past couple of years, and I've definitely made my fair share of memories for this game, and I'll never forget that.